Wait.
I'm waiting.
So, we got lots of people posting on social media that they're losing their SNAP benefits. Oh, they're losing their minds.
No, they're losing the food that they use to feed themselves and their families. But you do look and sound dumb enough to have heard somebody refer to something as brain food one time and just got a little confused there. So maybe that's all it was.
However, they got the latest iPhone. They got their nails done, their hair done. They got a Louis Vuitton bag. They got money for all of that.
Oh, do that. Please, Miss Save-A-Lot Snooki, pray tell, who is they? Because you've provided zero citations or statistics about who they is. And without any citations or statistics, they is nothing more than a fictional and anecdotal character you made up in that simple little skull of yours to justify your bigotry and vile hatred for your fellow human beings.
But they ain't got money to feed their kids. They want the taxpayers to do that?
Yep, there we go. Just as we thought. They doesn't actually exist outside of that skull covered up by 15 layers of foundation and some drawn-on eyebrows now, does it? And no matter how hard you try, and clearly you are trying hard, there is no amount of makeup in the world that can cover up how ugly of a person you are. Because the reality is that you know that the millions of people receiving SNAP benefits are hardworking people and veterans and disabled people and homeless people and young adults trying to get on their feet, kids who just got out of foster care and are trying to get a fresh start in the world. But if you acknowledge you know that, you'd also have to acknowledge how much of a hateful little female chihuahua you are, if you catch my drift. So instead of acknowledging it, you just make up this make-believe they in your head to justify your hate.
Well, the taxpayers didn't lie down with you in your bed, spread your legs, and pop out these kids that you want us to pay for.
No, but the president you voted for definitely did a few times with children against their will. And since you support giving rapists a free pass, you should be paying for those kids, shouldn't you? I mean, that's your decision. And you also support taking away women's bodily autonomy and access to healthcare and forcing them to have the kids, which means that you absolutely should be fucking paying for them. That is, if your broke ass ever paid enough taxes in your goddamn life to have an opinion here, which I am almost entirely certain you haven't. Here's the thing is, even if you disagree with somebody having children, and I mean, I get that. I disagree with all kinds of people having children, like your parents, for example. It is heinously fucked up that you think children should starve because you disagree with what their parents did. You really got out here on Al Gore's internet with whatever the fuck that accent is and all of that unearned attitude and said with your full fucking chest that you think children should starve because you don't like the make-believe caricature of their parents you made up in your own fucking head. Disgusting.
Go fill out some job applications, and while you're at it, stop at the nearest bookstore and get a how-to book on how to prioritize life.
Bitch, when you've never read a book in your goddamn life, maybe don't tell other people to go buy one, huh? Because if you did or could read, you'd be able to read that 2/3 of SNAP recipients are either children, the elderly, or the disabled. And the vast majority of the remaining third are fucking employed already. But despite them being employed, many full-time or over full-time, certain ignorant fucks with stupid goddamn accents continue to vote to not raise the minimum wage and not tax billionaires and corporations. And as a result, the taxpayers have to write welfare checks to Walmart to subsidize their payroll in the form of SNAP benefits for their fucking employees. Another thing you might know if you ever went to a goddamn bookstore and bought a book, or, you know, just Googled something before putting that god-awful accent on the internet.
Get out of here. We're done with all of that. I will not sympathize with people who have nails like this.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there before you go on again with this racist caricature you made up in your own fucking head. And you can spare us with the you're done with that bullshit. You can't be done with something you never started. You've never sympathized for a person in your goddamn life because you're a narcissistic sociopath.
Look, man, I got 2 kids.
God damn, I feel bad for them. Has anybody called CPS yet? Because somebody should.
I buy my own groceries. Okay? And I had to use food stamps to get on my feet.
Hold the fucking phone, Crystal Crackhead Karen, and sit all the goddamn way down. You just made this whole ass 3-minute long video villainizing people and saying kids should outright starve for receiving benefits your freeloading ass already fucking took. You want to know why everybody hates you people? This is fucking why. Because you're goddamn hypocrites. You want to fucking know something, you sentient bottle of Walgreens makeup samples? I've never been on food stamps, and I don't have kids, so I don't get the tax credit that you get because you couldn't keep your fucking legs closed, so my tax dollars subsidize you. I pay property taxes in 2 different counties that fund like 3 different school districts that I will never utilize. And I live and pay taxes in one of the few states that actually pays more into the federal government than it receives in federal aid, so the federal government can make sure that people like your freeloading ass can get your government benefits that you think you're good enough to get but nobody else is. So when people like me are out here saying that our tax dollars should go to make sure that everybody everybody is fed and clothed and housed and can receive a quality education, even when they are vile piles like you? Where the fuck did you find the goddamn audacity to think that you had any right to judge anybody for taking the benefits you've already received?
And once I got on my feet, and guess what? I didn't need it no more. So I stopped applying. I said, let the next person who actually needs it get them.
No, the fuck you didn't. You just spent the last 3 minutes saying nobody should get them as you're trying to justify the fact that millions of people are losing them.
Look, okay, I'm telling you this much, man. Nothing is free.
Except for the SNAP benefits you took. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I paid for those.
I will not sympathize with the people who are sitting there going, I'm about to lose my SNAP benefits. Feel bad for me. Nope.
Oh, sweet buttered potato. I hope you remember how bad you feel for people right now when the loss of SNAP benefits that subsidizes and keeps food prices down and local grocery stores and business causes your food prices to go up 25-30%. And when a bunch of people in your little bumfuck town get laid off because of the economic downturn from the loss of those SNAP benefits, and maybe one of those people is you or whoever you're blowing to pay your bills, and the food pantry shelves are empty because everybody who was relying on SNAP benefits is now desperately relying on those, and you're looking for charity and a little bit of help and people to feel bad for you so you can get back on your feet, we'll search deep down in our hearts, but the answer will probably be
nope.